In this country, there is a crisis around equality. Between 1979 and 2007, the median family income rose by 35%, while the incomes for those in the 99th percentile rose by 278%. As we have grown both unequal in terms of income, we have also been seen both a decrease in the improvement in educational outcomes, and those educational outcomes have also become unequal. The impact is serious. There is a loss of job opportunity, and there is less prosperity for individuals and for our country. And if you're poor in this country these days, you feel like nothing will ever change. Good afternoon. My name is Kim Mazuka, and I'm President and CEO of 10,000 Degrees. I am joined here today by my colleague, Karen Bluestone, Managing Director of Strategy and Innovation. We are here today because we have a solution to this problem, and we are here because we would like to take this to scale. Because if you reach an 8-year-old today who lives in poverty or low income, who has no family members who have ever gone to college, and you show him and his parents that there is a path to college degree, then everything changes. And when his 8-year-old wonders about her own future, he can say to her, "You can go to college." The need to increase college attainment in this country today is crystal clear, and it is absolutely critical. It is the only viable route to economic prosperity. Over 60% of new jobs currently require a college education, and that number is climbing. Nationally, if we continue on this trend of college attainment growth, by 2018, there will be 3 million fewer college graduates than what the market demands. And in addition to that, we know that students from low-income households, first-generation students, and students of color are consistently left behind both in college enrollment and college attainment. And we also know that the education and the quality of life are inextricably linked. We have access to better jobs, we make more money, we pay more taxes, we live healthier and happier and longer lives. 10,000 Degrees is a lean, mean college graduate machine, and we have a laser focus on college success. We have the leadership, we have a very talented and dedicated executive team. Our board is led by alumni. Our 14-year model is aimed at low-income youth that combines renewable scholarships with financial aid management with an intensive evidence-based curriculum for coaching and support. We not only get our students to college, we get them all the way through. We currently have 2,500 students in the pipeline, and we aim to serve 10,000 kids onto a college path in every region where we work. Importantly, we strive to build long-term capacity, creating educational equity. And our model is deployed very collaboratively with the other stakeholders in the communities that we serve. We do not parachute in. Our theory of change is based on widespread research which shows that academic rigor, high expectations, relevant information and guidance, and affordability are keys to college completion. Accessing college opportunity is only the very first hurdle for low-income youth. They struggle to connect with their faculty, with students, and with support services once they make it onto the college campus. We provide a very deliberate academic, campus, and social integration support, or else those students will fail to persist. All of our programs address those factors, giving our students the tools and the resources so they can not only get to college, but they persist and they graduate within 6 years. And when they do, everything changes. 100% of our students are currently graduating high school, 98% are matriculating through college, and we celebrate an 84% college graduation rate. In 2010, the TCC group conducted an extensive evaluation which showed that our students increased their confidence and their ability to perform related tasks. Graduates reported they had the ability to formulate both academic and career goals, to work in teams with their peers, to take tests, and to persist through college. And we know the impact of education is huge. It's a multi-generational impact, and the payoff is huge for our economy, for the individuals, and for the families. So what differentiates us? First and foremost, it's our brand promise. It's a baccalaureate degree. There are many organizations that might get you to college. We are going to get you all the way through, and we have been focused on college persistence for a very long time. Our trained volunteer mentors produce a low cost to student ratio, about 1/12 of the cost of other college success organizations that we've looked at. Our key innovative strategy, our alumni, they pay it forward. There are very few competing programs out there that have the thousands of alumni that we have and that have become a sales force where they are mentors and donors and board members, tutors, and they are back into the fold of our community. Our own scholarship, our renewable scholarship program that we've had for many years. We also have an advocacy arm that's about sharing data and creating policy, and we have also powerful strategic partnerships that I'll talk with you in just a moment. 10KD currently serves 2,500 kids in 3 counties, and we are in 13 schools. Our goal is that by 2015, we are going to be in 4 counties, 22 schools, and we will be serving 10,000 kids. Our market expansion is based on what a high student need concentration, the gaps that exist currently in the college pipeline, demand by the ecosystem, schools and community-based organizations, and also other stakeholders within the community. We have been recognized for what we have done in attracting investment to the Marin Community Foundation, which has been a key strategic partnership of ours for many years. So another proof point for us to demonstrate the capacity that we have to cultivate these strategic partnerships is just recently we have developed Sonoma County Scholarship in partnership with the Sonoma Community Foundation. We are going to be bringing our full suite of programs and services to the county, and they will be raising $3.2 million annually for us to do this. These partnerships boil down to us doing what we do best and allowing the foundation to use us as a flagship program to be able to raise funds for the targeted community. As you can see here from these numbers, our approach is carefully measured. The adoption timeline from start to the completion of the program is about 3 years. In order to achieve the impact of reaching 10,000 kids and their families by 2015, we must secure $5 million to advance the hiring and training of key staff, a reserve fund to provide additional capital to accelerate our earned income marketing, and to advance technology innovations. Our plans to secure the $5 million is based on our success record thus far. We have more than quadrupled our fundraising over 6 years. Between 2008 and 2011, we increased our major gifts revenue by 183%. In addition to the exciting contributor revenue opportunities that we've also taken a look at and have identified core competencies that are mission-aligned fee-for-service offerings. And what you see here is that all of these offerings and possibilities do double duty, earning revenue and helping us to disseminate the model and scale impact. Strategic partners, for example, they bring us tremendous opportunity and financial resources to delivering our model. Back office support in the bottom right, we have already gained market entry. We provide a scholarship administration package for our foundations and donors, and the program extension in the green bubble is actually a new collaborative, which is a very high-touch via high-tech project to help us and hopefully others to scale efficiently. A snapshot of the big picture here shows that we've established proof points. We've built our capacity, and we have also gained market entry into 4 counties. We're at the medium jump right now, and where we are replicating strategic partnerships. In summary, our key organizational strategies support our business strategy, which emphasize our open source approach stepping up innovation, and scaling impact, not infrastructure. Our incubation in the state of California will prepare 10,000 Degrees for expansion throughout the country. We hold 1/5 of the nation's K through 12 students, and 50% are coming from low-income households. We are very well prepared, and we are poised for scaling, and we may be growing a bit more slowly than some others, but we are building it to last. And this is why we're here today. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to take questions.
Just as it relates to your last comment, I applaud you for not expanding too quickly.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying I'm applauding you for not expanding too quickly. The tendency, obviously, is to try to do too much too quickly, so I think it's great that you've concentrated to sort of master the business plan, if you will. I'm curious, more just in terms of a reactive question as far as your model is concerned, because you've been doing this for quite a while. Obviously, the landscape of higher education changes rapidly, and that's not just regionally, of course, that's nationally. How have you reacted to that landscape and how it changes so frequently, not just, of course, from an educational standpoint, but also financial aspects? And how do you, at the board level, contemplate or try to get out in front of the changes that you anticipate? Because ultimately that's, I mean, if you think about this as an incubation period, you have to be incubating them towards something. If you're starting at such a young age, by the time they get to a college age, right, things might have changed, and how do you then respond to those changes?
So I think that's a really good question, because it does speak largely to the advocacy arm of the work that we've done. In about 2004, we launched an educational equity campaign. And what that does is it really keeps us at the forefront around policy changes. And we participate with the National College Access Network. Part of what our board does, for example, is we have a program committee of our board, and we are watching the landscape of higher education, which, by the way, is what informs our scholarship awards every year. And I should mention that what we also do there is we work very closely with our college campuses. We have 30 plus years of relationships with college campuses. So what we're doing with our scholarship dollars, we're working with those campuses to be able to leverage institutional aid, and also working with the federal grant and the Cal grant. So that's partly what our board of directors does, is to really be watching what the higher education landscape is doing. Every year, that committee, our strategic thinking committee, is taking a look at the environment.
And responding to it, yes. Hi, good afternoon. Thank you. That was a really wonderful presentation. I want to dive into one question. Part of your uniqueness is the fact that you've been successful in kind of carrying not just getting kids into college, but through college and beyond. And I'm just curious to hear a little bit more about that, especially because once they go on, they're out of the community that they've come from, and a little bit maybe geographically farther for you. So I'm just wondering how that program, what it looks like, how you work.
So the college persistence piece is something that we've developed over many years of practice and of learning and through evaluations. But there are two keys to that. One is our renewable scholarships. So when we send a student off to college, we're sending them off to college with a renewable and meaningful scholarship. But the other piece to that is we are providing ongoing financial aid management. So we're working with the student for the next 6 years on how their financial need and the financial picture changes. In addition to that, because we have this incredible alumni who is back into the fold of the 10,000 Degrees community, our alumni are actually developing cohorts on college campuses. And we're right now working with a social media platform to keep that connection. So it's all about, the college match is another piece too. When we're working with students to go off to college, that college match is about half of their integration. We want them to choose the right campus.
Thank you for a great presentation. This might build off of that question a little bit. I'd just like to know if and how specifically you plan to evaluate your success beyond enrollment to college and beyond graduation to college?
Good question. We, our strategic thinking committee, throughout this year, in fact, we're reconvening again next week. In addition to hiring an external evaluator, which we did with TCC in 2010, we are actually in ongoing conversation with them right now to conduct another evaluation. But we are looking at those metrics about what it means to be out there positively impacting the world. So we are going to be setting up a mechanism internally to be able to track what our alumni are doing. The good news is we have hundreds of alumni who are actively engaged with us. But how we track the others is something that we are developing through an external evaluation, we hope very soon.
If I could just add to that, Kim, the other aspect of it is that we're also looking at a process evaluation to help us really understand what are the core components of our persistence program that are yielding the most value, and then as we scale to make sure that we're keeping those core components and understanding what's going to bring us the most value.
If you could break down, this will be a little more interactive actually, if you could break down for me the average cost once a student enters your program to when they would graduate college, assuming they, they all get to that point.
So the average cost right now, if we take a look at the student utilization through the pipeline, you realize we have both very low touch and high touch parts to the program. We're looking at about $1,800 per student for each year. Now the cost grows a little bit if you're looking at just the students in college. For example, we have 500 students in college right now. On average, we're giving them about $14,000 to $20,000 of a scholarship, and that is leveraging additional dollars. So it costs about $26,000 of our dollars in total for every student who starts as a junior in high school with us to complete college. That $26,000, however, $14,000 of that is scholarship dollars, and in addition to that, we leverage about another $60,000. So if you're in the college program, the cost is higher because you're getting renewable scholarships.
So that scholarship money is coming directly from your organization or through your work with some other entities to help?
It's coming directly, our scholarship dollars, we put about $2 million out a year right now. That is coming directly from us. We raise that money every year.
And through the strategic partnerships, I think
Right.
you were getting at, the strategic partners give the money to us. They raise it, they give it to us, and it goes through our...
Right, but you're the conduit. Okay.
Yes.
And then the $1,800 that you mentioned initially, that's...
all the students in the pipeline,
Right.
the high and low touch. Our total budget, it's $1,800 per student now, and by 2015, it'll be $1,154 per student.
Okay, and what you're doing there as far as how that money is put to work, that's you're shepherding through the last stages of high school, you're helping them, figure out what's the right college for them, helping them put together all the financial aid forms, all those sorts of things.
And from third grade, we're doing college day tours, bringing parents on campuses, doing workshops with parents and other advocates, creating a college-going culture from elementary school all the way to high school.
And those investment dollars that go from $1,800 to $1,100 and change, that's from scale?
That's from
Yes.
scaling, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Hi, so I just had a follow-up question as well on the earned income strategies, and when you showed us the chart of the kind of multiple options that you're considering or looking at, and I was just wondering, how are you thinking of that? Are you thinking of integrating all of them, some of them, you're still debating that, and I'm assuming, but I thought I'd ask the question that I'm assuming this is outside of the 3 regions that you're looking to scale into as well, so this is kind of to extend even further, but I just wanted to clarify that.
Sure, thank you for the question. So these opportunities represent all of the things that we could get involved in. We're taking the next 3 years to really hone in on our funding models. This is sort of our experimental period to see what's going to work best. And so the one project or earned income potential project is that technology game-based initiative. That's national, obviously. But most of these others are regional or state. And I guess did I answer your question completely?
So the ones that we are honing is the technology game-based. Right now we're working with some partners. Also the scholarship administration piece, because that's what we have been doing, and that has been extremely successful, and the strategic partnerships. In the top left, we're going to continue to do that. It achieves great impact. We just think that achieving profitability in that quadrant would be very difficult. So those are the three that we are honing.
And I think that ends our 10 minutes, but I don't want to cheat you out of any time since you can see the clock and I can't.
8 seconds.
Okay. Hey, I was pretty good. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.